Billionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
A poor man prayers,
every man bleeds.
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy SL550, and this is the N.G.L.A. podcast. Today, man, we're gonna talk about a few things with this Adam Schiff guy. Adam Schiff under investigation, and we're gonna talk about it. Don't mind my shirt, man. It got green in it. I got a green screen, y'all already know. And it looks weird. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not changing it right now because I don't feel like it. And also, Trump had a press conference today talking about a lot of different things. And we're going to tap in and see what he was talking about during this press conference. And Eagles just acquired, in my opinion, and I'm not just saying this as an Eagles fan, but we acquired a very good wide receiver for the Lowski. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to watch the highlights, and we're going to talk about it for a second. Also, we're going to watch this short on Marquette Devon from the podcast Saints and Sinners. He had a little short that he did talking about Dr.Umar, but the clip says a lot about Dr.Umar, man. And because, you know, I said this a few times. I said this plenty of times. Google, internet, social media, all of these different platforms are going to be detriment to a lot of people that are just not good people. And I'm not saying this about Dr. Umar. I don't know the guy personally. I don't know what he personally does. I am just going off of things that we see. This is all we can really go off of. When you don't know somebody, you go off of what you see from people on a daily basis. And people are able to pull up old clips of you when you've been around for 10 plus years, and even less than that. They're able to pull up clips and things like that to, you know, make you look a certain way. Whether it's true or not, that's up to you to, you know, defend yourself. But it doesn't look good. I'm going to tell you that much. And, yeah, so let's get into the show. Before we start, though, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel, man. Please support the channel. I truly, truly do appreciate it. You know, but support it because you like the content and the updates that I give you guys on what's going on right now. And, yeah, man, you know, I do appreciate it. The channel's growing. It's growing slow, but I'd rather grow slow than not grow at all. And that's what it's about for me, you know. It's going to take time. It's going to take years before I can get it to where I need to get it to. But as long as I stay consistent and y'all lock in with me, we're gonna have some fun with it. But let's get into this first video with Maria Bartiromo on Fox talking about Adam Schiff. And if you don't know who Adam Schiff is, he is a Democrat, part of the Democratic Party, and he's another shiceball, another sleaze bag, like Trump would say.
Welcome back. A Democrat whistleblower has emerged saying that the then Democrat chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Adam Schiff, authorized leaks of classified information to damage President Trump during his first term. The whistleblower, a longtime Democrat staffer on the House Intelligence Committee, said Schiff was upset because he expected to be the CIA director in a Hillary Clinton presidency.
All right, hold on real fast, really quick. Because I didn't do something. Let's do this first. Pull that down. I don't know why I didn't do this. I thought I did, I'm gonna be honest with you. This last one real quick. Boom. You know what? Let's do this first. Then go here. All right, cool.
In a statement to Fox News, a spokesperson for Schiff said this: Kash Patel's latest smear against Senator Schiff is absolutely and categorically false and is the latest in a series of defamatory attacks from the president and his allies meant to distract from their plummeting poll numbers and the Epstein files scandal. Joining me now in this Sunday Morning Futures exclusive is the director of the DOJ Weaponization Working Group, Ed Martin. He is investigating the weaponization of government, including Adam Schiff, New York Attorney General Letitia James for mortgage fraud, and the January 6th probe, among others. Ed Martin, great to have you this morning. Thanks very much for being here.
Oh, always a pleasure, Maria.
And Ed, it has really, truly been a decade of dirty tricks, and that's being kind about it, against Donald Trump, beginning with the Russia hoax, to the impeachments, to the indictments, to the Hunter Biden laptop. Assess for us the last 10 years in your view, and you have criminal referrals right now on Adam Schiff, Letitia James, among others. What is the status?
Well, first of all, thanks for asking about the last 10 years. I mean, you know, when Donald Trump came into office as president, he signed an executive order saying, go and find out how government was weaponized against the citizens. When Attorney General Bondi came into office, she put a memo, put more specifics to it, and said, get to the bottom of this. She gave a specific list and a broad charge. And I have to tell you, for your viewers, we have the Attorney General Bondi has that Department of Justice spinning like a top. We've got more stuff going on. A lot of it we can't talk about because of the nature of it, but it's going like crazy. And one of them was, we were in a group, we're still in it, working on the Russia hoax. And Tulsi Gabbard declassified what happened, and she sent it over to us, to DOJ, as a criminal referral, and that's ongoing now. But what that was, and Maria, you're one of the earliest, I think you might be the only person, the only journalist who said early on, this is a Russia hoax. And you know, Brett had President Trump on an interview on that flight to Alaska, and in the interview, President Trump said, the Russia hoax was meant to destroy the relationship with Russia, make it impossible to get things under control, get a reset like Hillary said she wanted. So what we have in the Department of Justice now is a weaponization working group and the backing of our leadership to go and find this stuff. And so the Russia hoax, we know the birthday of the Russia hoax. It's December 8th, 2016, where the Obama administration, including Obama, said, don't put the truth out, lie, and ask the media to help us, and the Washington Post and others jumped right in. And then we had the Russia hoax that went on for 10 years. And every time they get in trouble, meaning the deep state and others, they throw another hoax out. And all we're doing at DOJ and all we're doing across the government is saying, get the truth out. And then, by the way, let's hold people accountable. And that's exactly what's going on. So when Bill Pulte sends a criminal referral over to us, and he says Letitia James and Adam Schiff, and by the way, both their lawyers have come out and talked publicly about that criminal referral. So you can talk to them about the specifics, because I'm going to tell you what we're going to do is we're going to follow the facts. Every American that has a mortgage or has other documents they sign has to follow the law. We're going to go to the very bottom of the facts. And if somebody did something wrong, we're not only going to hold them accountable, we're also going to look at everything else that they've been doing. Because when you're a liar, you lie not just on one thing. When you're a cheater, you cheat not just on one thing. When you're doing corruption, you generally don't just do it on one thing. So that's our what we're asked to do as prosecutors, and that's what we're doing.
Well, we are all waiting for accountability here. Adam Schiff went on Sunday morning programs and said there was collusion in plain sight. And he was the chairman of the Intelligence Committee, so he had to know better that there was no evidence of any collusion in plain sight. So are you saying that this criminal referral is about something completely different, about mortgage fraud? Are you looking to get him on something other than Russia collusion?
Well, I'm saying that there's a referral from Bill Pulte about a mortgage fraud, about Adam Schiff. That's publicly discussed. His own lawyers have been out there. Now
that's the same thing. Like, you know, that what's funny about these type of situations that end up coming up, because like I said, with all of the technologies and the different things that's out, people all of the bullshit. Once people really start looking at you, then it's going to come to the forefront that you aren't the person that you portray yourself to be. The same thing Letitia James did. She went after Trump for basically fraud, you know, defrauding his assets, saying that his assets were a certain amount of money, but they really were another. Or no. He said that his assets were more than what they valued it at. You know, they try to say Mar-a-Lago was worth only like 18 million, but it was appraised, or it's actually more. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that was speculation, and allegedly that's what he did. You know what I mean? And then what's hilarious is after the fact, now we see that Letitia James she said that she was married to her dad in order to get a better situation financially with an apartment or something that she had. It was like what was it? And then it was allegedly 5 bedrooms or something like that. But she said it was for just basically fraud. Basically, she committed fraud, and now it's coming out that Adam Schiff, like all of these people, man, that's why I say I don't expect none of these people to be perfect, but you're definitely held to a higher standard than the American citizens that you so-called are looking out for. You know what I'm saying? So when we pay taxes every week, every 2 weeks, depending on what you get paid, every time you go to the store, all of these different things, and they're taking your tax money and putting it in their pockets, and it's coming out that these are just corrupt people, and they've been in the game for, some of them, decades. Like, come on, man. These people are frauds.
There's more on Adam Schiff, and all we're going to do again is get to the facts of this, and
they
use all
going
the tools
after
that
these
we have
motherfuckers. They're
in our
not
system.
playing with them.
What we've discovered, and I know you want to ask me about some of this in the weaponization, is that Joe Biden's Justice Department actively targeted American citizens, Catholics who went to mass, parents who went to school boards, people who were involved in the Russia. I hear from Carter Page every now and then. Carter Page was destroyed by the Russia hoax, and we're sitting around and pretending it's okay to say that. There was a secret meeting on December 9th, 2016 in the Situation Room where they plotted the Russia hoax. And then we're going to say, oh, that was really bad. No, it wasn't really bad. It needs to be held accountable in every way we can.
Well, you went to Letitia James's home this week. You were in New York.
I'm
a prosecutor, and when I do these cases, I was in New York I was in Newark, actually, New Jersey, for some meetings, and I went over to New York for another meeting, and I went by there. One of the referrals is about that property that she has. Is a very prominent neighborhood in Brooklyn, and I wanted to lay eyes on it. I think most people, if you're prosecuting something, you're careful. I didn't go there and announce it. Some woman came storming up and shooting video and talking to me, but I wanted to see the property, and there's a number of other aspects of these cases where you got to get a sense of what is actually at stake.
Do you have a grand jury in these cases?
Let me say, when you get a criminal referral, one of the tools you have is a grand jury, and I'll leave it to you to infer what I mean. But these referrals are criminal referrals, significant enough that that they would warrant using all the tools, and the tools include subpoenas and witnesses, and that is in our system. That is the system. I'm not like Jack Smith. Jack Smith liked to talk about how he did things and what he did and brag about it. Letitia James did, by the way, as a prosecutor. She liked to come out and hold press conferences. I'll just tell you, when you get a criminal referral, and her own lawyer made the comments publicly, you can infer what you need to.
Well, let's talk about January 6th, because you are also investigating January 6th, which was also part of this 10 years of scandals. What have you learned?
Hey, yo, they not playing with these motherfuckers, and they shouldn't, because they use lawfare. Listen, man, I believe in the eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Fuck it. Fuck them.
Well, again, Attorney General Pam Bondi let us loose on this, and there's a group of us working on January 6th. What we've learned is that the federal government, the Department of Justice, but other aspects, targeted these citizens. They basically turned government on to make the hoax work. So I'm not talking about somebody that pushes a cop. That's a charge you can look at and charge. I'm talking about that the FBI and others were putting American citizens on terrorism watch lists. They were auditing their IRS tax returns. They were targeting the American people. They were taking massive amounts of resources and moving them from fighting, child trafficking and fighting real corruption, and saying we have to move everybody to look at the Capitol siege. It was a political hoax that was driven by Garland, Lisa Monaco, and others. And what, again, Attorney General Bondi has said is get to the bottom of it. Some of it may not be illegal, but it's some of the worst. In federal prosecutor world, we think about the importance of that role. There's a guy named Robert Jackson who is is the prosecutor guy. And what you see is Lisa Monaco's Justice Department acting in ways we've never seen before. This is going, and when we show all that, and we're writing reports regularly on it, it's not one aspect. The federal court system was used in a way. The jails were used in a way to punish people. It's foreign. They didn't do this to the terrorists after 9/11, and they were doing it to American citizens. So that's a fulsome investigation on January 6th, and it will make clear the hoax, which is really the 2020 election hoax. We were told we couldn't talk about it because of January 6th, and the whole thing is falling apart, Maria, and it's going to get to the bottom, and the players are always the same. It's always the same. The same people on December 9th, 2016, in the Situation Room in Obama's White House are playing the same game all these years.
That's unbelievable. Real quick, what about the January 6th committee? Did they destroy evidence? Is there criminality there?
Of course. We're all in that too. And trust me, a lot of people did not get a pardon that were involved in the select committee, and they ought to be keeping an eye on their mailbox, because there's a lot to be asked about.
And the pardons that were given out were done by an auto pen. Are they legitimate?
Well, I'm the pardon attorney, so I'm in that too. I can tell you we're investigating how the pardons were granted. It was not like anything in the history of America what not Joe Biden, his staffers did, not just with the auto pen, but with faking him out on the memos. More to come, Maria. I'm telling you, Pam Bondi has let us loose, and when this comes out, it'll take the whole of these people's hoaxes down, and we're doing it bit by bit, and it's fantastic. It's a great privilege.
Damn. They ain't playing with these motherfuckers. They going after everybody. And they should, bro. They should go after all of them. And it's more to that January 6th thing. What people don't know, they made a big deal about the January 6th thing. But in a nutshell, Donald Trump said he called them before January 6th, I believe a week before, and said, I want to bring the National Guard, because he knew that people were going to be out there. He was still the president. And they denied it. You know why? Because they wanted it to happen. And that's why if you see video from January 6th, you see police ushering people in. There were FBI agents, CIA allegedly, in the crowd, egging it on. There were people that were literally, supposedly in government out there. They got video of it. So that's a big thing. And it was all to discredit Donald Trump. That's what it all boils down to make it seem like he tried to start an insurrection and overthrow the election and all of these type of things, when they're the ones who cheated in 2020. And it's all going to come out, bro. That's why you got, remember, the other day I played Hillary Clinton, glazing Donald Trump. What? Get the fuck out of here, bro. She glazing that nigga because he on her ass. He is on her ass. Anyway, let's watch this little clip with Marquette Devon. Just a little clip. Nothing crazy. We're going to talk about it, though.
I have never asked the people for $1 in my life.
Isn't Umar the guy who is typically saying,
thank you, sister. Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
We got to get the money with the donations. Hit the Cash App. Y'all want me to go broke? Hit the Cash App.
Where them Cash Apps at, yo? Ain't nobody came through yet. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Maybe something wrong with the Cash App, because I know y'all gonna send me something.
he's been saying that for like 15 years. He's been saying that since I was a humble public school teacher in Baltimore, Maryland, where I met Dr. Umar as I was teaching 150 students in a all-black neighborhood, and I donated from my small salary. He's been saying this for a long time.
Yo, now it's a small clip, but it says a lot. It says a lot about Dr. Umar Johnson. Because at the end of the day, when you make statements like that, I have never took $1. And I believe that video right here is more recent because he's getting all this backlash on the internet about he's a fraud, and you've been so-called opening these schools for 10 years and all of this stuff. But I know that this dude, Marquette Devon, is on his ass. I've seen other things, but maybe I'll look for a more long-term video that we can break down. But look at all the just in that little clip, how many videos that different videos he showed you of him basically begging. That's begging. Listen, I've been to churches where they pass around the collection plate, right? And I even been to Kingdom Halls who are more, they don't do the collection plate thing. That's why out of all Christian religions, I respect Jehovah's Witnesses more in that aspect, right? Because they're not out there like, they're like, look, if you want to donate, you can donate. It's a box over here. If you don't, it's fine. They're not crucifying you for not donating. I've seen videos of churches, of black churches mainly, pulling motherfuckers in the back. Like, yo, my man, you only gave $20. We know where you work at. We know how much you make. You got to pay tithes. What? Dude, like, why will you? I don't have to give nothing. You're bugging. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be giving a word for nothing, for free. But a lot of these big black churches, they're not. They're getting rich off the poor, using Jesus as the way to get it. And you'll see the pastor rolling up in the Benz. You know what I mean? He live in the big house, 5, 6, 7 bedrooms. You know what I'm saying? Most of them motherfucking churches be scams, bro. To go after the poor. And what this video infers is that Dr. Umar is just like the black church. You know what I mean? Oh, we need your donation. We need your donations. We gotta get the school up and running. The black schools for the black children, Pan-Africanism. And then, you know, people are donating, thinking that they're donating to a good cause, right? To a brother that they look at, that they look up to, that they might even want to be like, right? Because they look at him as the symbolism of, you know, black hope and the black man who's doing for the black community. He's speaking up for us when nobody else is. When he's just another fraud, bro. You know what I mean? I've been heard him talking about that school. Well, schools, come to find out, I thought it was one, but it was two. You know, the Frederick Douglass Academy and the other one. But you know, it's just crazy, man. You know, cause this is not nothing new, bro. This ain't nothing new. You know, it's not to say that only black people do shit like this, because it's not just black people. All types of people do these type of. I just think, you know, at the end of the day, they're gonna get their day. You know what I mean? So it's not like yeah, you may get rich now off of doing these scams and all of these type of shit, but in the end, everybody that you scammed and all of that, while they enjoying the fruits of living a good life and the life that you so-called saying you living, they're going to be able to walk, you know, in that afterlife, whatever you believe in. And, you know, people like that, unfortunately, it won't go well for them, you know? So it is what it is. So sometimes you can't even, you just, you know, they'll get exposed. He's getting exposed now by a lot of people, not just the dude Marquette Devon, not just him. Many of people they chewing him up all over the internet. And they should, man. Because at the end of the day, that shit is just corny. I never respect anybody who prey on the poor, bro, or on the weak. I think that shit is corny. You on there talking about lady done sent you probably her last 10 out of $20 that she had. You talking about next time send 20. Bitch, who the fuck is you to tell me what to send you, nigga? You lucky I'm sending you $1, nigga. You tripping. You bugging. Like, but in his mind, he feels as though that he's this righteous man who is doing all of these good things, but he has nothing to show for it. Nothing. All he got is him on a bunch of podcasts that he's probably getting paid for to do it. And, you know, that's it. That's all you got is a good talk. He's just another nigga that know how to talk. And that's really what it boils down to when he hit you with the degree in with psychology or whatever the fuck he does. Fuck out of here, man. You know what I mean? There's real people out here doing real work, saving people's lives, getting, getting motherfuckers that's out here doing drugs off the streets, working again, being productive. You know what I mean? There's people out here changing people's lives, that might be messed up, not in a good position. And, motherfuckers giving motherfuckers 5, 10, they giving money, not taking, you know what I'm saying? They giving, and you out here crying broke. You've been getting donations for 15 years from the poor. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't gave back shit. You ain't gave back nothing, nigga. I don't give a fuck if you did a little punk ass book bag drive or something, nigga. I know regular niggas in the hood that do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'll give more respects to them because they ain't out there asking for donations. They out there getting it. You know what I mean? It's regular motherfuckers out here that work a 9 to 5 just like me, who save up every year just to do a book bag drive for the unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't even doing great. You feel what I'm saying? So, nigga, fuck out of here, man. You was a fraud, nigga. It's a fraud, nigga. Fraud ass, nigga. I hate that shit, yo. Real talk. I really do, man. I think that shit is corny as hell. Out here begging and shit, man. Out here begging, nigga. I've been fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And I've been a burden on my family at one point in my life, right? Going to jail, all that, putting money on the books and all that. And so I know what it's like to be a burden, but I still had too much pride to be out there begging. You know what I'm saying? On some corner, talking about, can I get $1, anything, yo, like, still had too much pride as a man to even do that. And I've been fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But I believe in just getting your shit together, man. Fuck all that. But let's get into this press conference with Donald Trump. He had a press conference today talking about a lot of different shit. So let's see what he's talking about.
Wow. I've been up here a lot. I've never seen a crowd like this. I think we need a ballroom, and that's happening. It's going to be a beautiful ballroom. This is really a lot of...
The ballroom that he got off of donors and donations, you know what I'm saying, and his own money. You know that one. That's the one he's talking about. Not off the taxpayer money.
And we're here for a very serious purpose. Very serious purpose. Something's out of control.
I want to say one more thing real quick, right? And Donald Trump is probably the only one that I know of. I'm going to say that, right? Because I don't like to speak on things I don't know 100%. But he's one of the ones that I know as of, since I've been growing up, that has actually not taken his salary as a president. You know what I mean? At least during his first administration. I'm not sure about this one, but I'm pretty sure he probably did. You know what I mean? And from what I heard, he gave it to a charity or something like that, right? So this is a guy who they say is trying to rob the poor and take advantage of the underprivileged people. He's a racist. He's this and that. It's the same guy who didn't take a salary, and they get like $400,000 a year to be a president. I bet you Barack Obama didn't give up that motherfucking $400. I guarantee you that. None of them would have. But this man right here, Donald J. Trump, gave up his salary and gave it to charity because he felt like his purpose as being president was bigger than a check. You know what I'm saying? So that says a lot about his character.
Put it in control very quickly like we did on the southern border. I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States. I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening, and they've done it before. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly. And you people are victims of it, too. You're reporters, and I understand a lot of you tend to be on the liberal side, but you don't want to get You don't want to get mugged and raped and shot and killed. And you all know people and friends of yours that happened. And so you can be anything you want, but you want to have safety in the streets. You want to be able to leave your apartment or your house where you live and feel safe and go into a store to buy a newspaper or buy something. And you don't have that now. The murder rate in Washington today is higher than that of Bogota, Colombia, Mexico City, some of the places that you hear about as being the worst places on earth, much higher. This is much higher. The number of car thefts has doubled over the past 5 years, and the number of carjackings has more than tripled. Murders in 2023 reached the highest rate probably ever. They say 25 years, but they don't know what that means because it just goes back 25 years. Can't be worse. Our capital city has been overtaken by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals, roving mobs of wild youth, drugged out maniacs and homeless people. And we're not going to let it happen anymore. We're not going to take it. Just like we did on our southern border. Nobody comes through our southern border anymore. 3 months in a row, we had zero. I don't know if that's right, but the people that do the work, it's a very liberal group of people, actually, and they actually said zero for the last 3 months. Nobody thought a thing like that was possible.
Just think about that, right? He said the last 3 months they had zero people. He said, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they reported, right? Now, you heard for a long time that, oh, Donald Trump is the reason why the border isn't being they used a bill that they tried to pass that was a bad bill. That even Democrats, I showed this video in one of my early videos, even Democrats denied the bill. It wasn't just Republicans. And they tried to blame Donald Trump, who didn't even have nothing to do with it being passed or not being passed. You know what I'm saying? So all they had to do to close the border was close the border. That was it. Put the agents out there instead of wasting money on bogus ass lab experiments, you know, trying to see whether frogs can become transsexuals and shit like that. They should have been using that money to put more borders on more agents on the border and just closing the border. It's all like when you control the media, which the Democrats pretty much do for the most part, except for probably Fox. But even sometimes they got some liberal reporters that's on there. It was one just caught trying to make it seem like the whole meeting that Donald Trump had with Putin wasn't good and all of that. And then literally one of the other news anchors literally put her in her place about it. You know, it was live, so it was more on the respectful part, but put her in her place about it because she was lying. And at least Fox has enough integrity to show that. You know what I mean? So, like, these people are just frauds, bro. They're big frauds, and they lie to the American people on a daily basis about pretty much everything. And they put more in transgenderism, you know, all the LGBTQ stuff, and trying to, you know, have women have, you know, reproductive rights. You know, literally had a abortion truck and a vasectomy joint outside of the DNC when they had the DNC event. Like, come on, bro. They care more about that than, you know, real issues. You know, that's why I can respect Donald Trump, and I'm happy. I'm happy I voted for the nigga. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it was a good vote. Now, a lot of these people that's in D.C. crying about Donald Trump and what he, you know, federalizing the police there, but at the same time, it's like, you know, look, man, I love my people, man. I'm black. I'm black and white, but I'm black. It is what it is. So if any of you are confused why I be saying nigga a lot, I grew up in the hood. It is just what it is, right? But I need to stop saying it though, just because, you know, it's not a great word. But anyway, I fuck with this nigga, Donald Trump, and I'm glad I voted for the nigga because the things that he is doing is what? It's just benefiting the people. You got, now listen, I'm not sitting there saying that, you know, oh, black people deserve to go to jail because they out here wild and this and shit need to change. It need to change. But you got people who aren't in the streets, right? You got a lot of black women, black men who work and their kids are, you know, getting killed and drive-by shootings and, you know, a lot of goofy shit that's going on. You know what I'm saying? They cars is getting jacked and things like that. And they got to worry about them type of things. And they're like, they're happy. You know, I showed the videos of, you know, people like, man, listen, you know, you got certain people crying, but shit, I ain't crying. I'm happy they doing it because they feel safer now. You know, I know for a fact, I'm going to show a video after this. They got, you know, you got people out there provoking the people. And then you got, I believe that, you know, some of them, listen, not all of these police are good police, man. They gonna do bullshit. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's why if I was in DC, I would just stay the fuck out the way. Let them niggas do their job. Nigga, you smoke in the house. You drink in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, other than that, dog, like, you really got no reason to even care about any of that shit if you're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? The only people that really care about that is niggas that's in the streets, that's doing shit. They got shit going on. They can't hustle out on the block no more. Like, it's over. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, bro, once they leave, niggas gonna go right back to doing the same dumb shit.
And, you know, when you take a look at numbers, I just saw some charts. These are different cities throughout the world. Red is, okay, the red is a place called Washington, D.C. Look at these. Baghdad is, we doubled up on Baghdad. Panama City, Brasilia, San Jose, Costa Rica, Bogota, Colombia, heavy drugs.
Oh, he talking about
Mexico City, I mentioned, Lima, Peru, all double and triple what they are. So do you want to live in places like that? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I think the people in this room, if
damn,
you look
I didn't even know
correctly, you see,
DC
look
was
at the
that
kind
bad.
of numbers we have. DC, 41 per 100,000, number one that we can find anywhere in the world. Other cities are pretty bad, but they're not as bad as that. Is that where you want to live? The reporters of the world? Juvenile offenders and crimes against persons, as they say. It's getting worse. Not getting better, it's getting worse. And we had a recent indication. There was a story about a man who was just left. He quit because he was asked to do phony numbers on crime. And we're going to look into that. I think Pam is going to be looking into that. But he was asked by the city, I guess, that we don't want to show the real numbers. Let me do
I believe
numbers
it, though.
so it looks like it's going down. Not going down.
I believe that.
And under Biden, it was a disaster.
Best believe
and nobody
they doing
did anything
that,
about it. We're going to do things about it like you wouldn't believe. Every American has a constitutional right to be able to access and petition their government in safety, and countless federal officials and employees likewise have the right to carry out their jobs in peace without being shot. As you know, I lost a very good person.
Tap in, hit that like button.
A while ago, was shot waiting for his wife. He was in the car. They robbed his car. They shot him. They killed him like it was nothing to it. She was walking to the car. It's a horror show. This issue directly impacts the functioning of the federal government and is a threat to America, really. It's a threat to our country. We have other cities also that are bad, very bad. You look at Chicago, how bad it is. You look at Los Angeles, how bad it is. We have other cities that are very bad. New York has a problem. And then you have, of course, Baltimore and Oakland. We don't even mention that anymore. They're so far gone. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to lose our cities over this. And this will go further. We're starting very strongly with D.C., and we're going to clean it up real quick, very quickly, as they say. Days ago, a former member of the DOJ staff was savagely beaten by a band of roving thugs after defending a young woman from an attempted carjacking. He was left dripping in blood. He thought he was dead with a broken nose and concussion. Can't believe that he's alive. He can't believe.
Yo, he said, but notice real quick, he said it real quick and kind of breezed by it, but he said that we're starting with D.C., which means they're going to go to Los Angeles. They're going to go to New York City. They're going to go to across the nation. It's going to cost a lot of money, though, so I don't know. But I don't know, man. I'm conflicted, man, because I'm from the hood, so it's like one of them things where I know that's where they're gonna target because that's where all the crime is, mostly, you know, is in the inner cities. So that's where they're gonna go. And unfortunately, it's like one of them things where it's like I'm not advocating for niggas to go to jail, but at some point, man, motherfuckers gotta chill out, bro, because it is getting out of hand. We gotta admit that, bro. Come on, we gotta admit, bro. It's out of fucking control. Like, niggas is dying, like, yo, it's to the point where, like, literally, yo, I seen, who was that? Wiz Khalifa and Snoop did a show where they was showing all the people that died, like, recently. It was just going and just kept going. I'm like, that's crazy, bro. Like, and that's just people that's known. That's not even just regular average people that's dying every day. Like, motherfuckers is treating death like it's like throwing the trash out real quick. Like, yo, let me go out here and throw the trash. Like, what? Bro, we talking about lives. We talking about people. You know what I mean? Like, and on top of that, listen, bro. I've been to prison. I've been to jail. I've been in the street. I've been in the trenches. You feel me? And I'm not saying this. I'm not glorifying. I'm not saying it to make it seem like, you know, I'm a regular motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that I've been there. And I've seen niggas get killed over the dumbest shit. It's a lot of niggas in jail over killing niggas over bitches. You know what I'm saying? I hate them calling them that, but yeah, it's what it is. You know? Dumb shit, bro. Niggas is going out here catching homicides, catching bodies. And the part that's even crazier is niggas, we glorified in the sense of, like, I know niggas that be catching wreck. And niggas be like looking up to these niggas, be loving these niggas. And I've been cool with some of them. Cause at the end of the day, like, you know, you live by the game. It's niggas that die by the game. And I'm at a point in my life now, I think this shit just corny. But back then it was just like regular shit. You know what I mean? Like, damn, word, that's crazy. Like, niggas, I'm talking about niggas I know. Like, niggas, I just seen the nigga at court. Just seen the nigga. I ain't see this nigga in 10 years. Yo, what's up? My boy was like, oh, shit, we chopping it up. A week later, dead, gone, out of here. Because niggas be doing shit. Niggas be playing, like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, and I've seen plenty of them. Like, too many, you know? And it's getting out of, it's out of pocket, bro. Like, come on.
Believe it.
It's out of pocket, bro.
In June,
I could go on all day about that shit.
Congressional intern was tragically killed after being hit by a stray bullet in a drive-by shooting. A former Trump administration official named Mike Gill, fantastic person, was murdered last year in cold blood in a carjacking blocks away from the White House.
Damn.
We all knew him. Great person. Waiting for his wife as she was walking to the car. A Democrat congressman was also carjacked at gunpoint not far from the Capitol. And in 2023, an aide to Senator Rand Paul was stabbed in the chest and head by a demented lunatic as he walked down the street, just absolutely for no reason. Horrifically, last July 4th weekend, a 3-year-old girl was shot in the head and killed while sitting in a car near the Capitol. It's becoming a situation of complete and total lawlessness. And we're getting rid of the slums, too. We have slums here. We're getting rid of them. I know it's not politically correct. You'll say, oh, so terrible. No, we're getting rid of the slums where they live. Caravans of mass youth rampage through city streets at all times of the day. There are ATVs, motorbikes. They travel pretty well. Entire neighborhoods are now under emergency curfews. Just this past weekend, gunfire went through, and you saw that, the Navy Yard. I saw it this morning. They saw that they fought back against law. See, they fight back until you knock the hell out of them, because it's the only language they understand. But they fought back against law enforcement last night. And they're not going to be fighting back long, because I've instructed them and told them whatever happens, they love to spit in the face of the police. As the police are standing up there in uniform, they're standing and they're screaming at them an inch away from their face. And then they start spitting in their face. And I said, you tell them, you spit and we hit. And they can hit real hard. It's a disgusting thing. I've watched that for years, for 3-4 years. I've watched them. The police are standing, and they're told, don't do anything under any search. So and you can see they want to get at it. And they're standing there, and people are spitting in their face, and they're not allowed to do anything. But now they are allowed to do whatever the hell they want. This dire public safety crisis demonstrates.
Now, I want to make something clear. I fuck with Trump, right? But I don't fuck with, because telling the police they can do whatever they want, right? It's not going to be a good situation, bro. And this is the type of things that cause, because a lot of people, like me personally, like, look, bro, you need police, bro. It's just what it is. You just need good police. There's actually good police out here, bro, that actually know their neighborhood, know the people in the neighborhood, treat the people good, and the people respect them, even in black neighborhoods. There are police that, believe it or not, niggas fuck with. They're cool with them because they see that they're a genuine soul. And that's all it's about. I believe, and I said this before, that police need to go through a crazy process to be police, because there is a lot of them, I think more bad than good ones, who aren't fit to be police, bro. They're just not. I seen a video earlier today where a dude ain't had no weapon or nothing. Dude busting like 20 times. Cop busting 20 times. And then going to tell the nigga, don't move. Nigga, that nigga dead. He ain't moving. But people like that don't deserve to have the badge. They don't deserve to have a gun. Because some of these dudes don't understand something. A lot of these cops be from suburban neighborhoods, grew up in white schools and all of that. Not saying that they're not fit because of that. I'm just saying they don't understand the inner city at all. And their views of, like I told that story about, when I told these two white boys that I was cool with, that I was friends with, played football with, that I was from Camden, how they looked at it. It's the same thing. There's a lot of cops that are like the Metro Police in Camden, New Jersey, who can't relate. And they out there, listen, they scared, bro. I've seen some of them. They scared as hell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's too. A lot of them out of shape. They just not fit, bro. Not fit to be police. I'm not with just giving free reign to police. I'm just not. I'm not with that. Like, I'm not advocating for that at all. I think you need police, but at the same time, because people will sit there and be like, oh, defund the police, and we don't need police in our neighborhoods, but yeah, okay. Nigga, the moment there ain't no police, oh my God, it's gonna be like the purge out here. Like, it's gonna be crazy. Like, and it's just a fact, bro. It's just what it is, bro. You need law and order, bro. Just what it is, bro. But they need a better system, bro, because it be people I just know that this nigga will bust you quick. That's why I don't play with them. They pull me over, I'd be like, here, what's up? What's good with you? Oh, word? Okay. All right. I just be like regular. I don't even be trying to give them a hard time or nothing, because it just turns into a situation that unfortunately could have been avoided. A lot of these situations that happen, trust me, there are some that just like, I've seen them, and they don't care. They don't care who you are. None of that shit. I seen a motherfucker that had, I think he had, if I'm not mistaken, he had his military shit on. Like, he had rank and everything. They did not care about this nigga. Sprayed him all in his face with the mace, treated him like shit over some traffic shit. And that's the thing. You'll have something that could be so simple, But then on the flip side of things, also, you have nut ass niggas out here. I seen a video where a motherfucker pulled regular traffic stop. Could have been just a whatever, but motherfuckers ain't trying to take that chance. They know what they got in the car. They know what's going on, and they ain't taking the chance. And I seen a motherfucker, as soon as the cop pulled him over, they pulled over. Boom, as soon as the cop, I don't even think they got out. I think it was him and the partner too. I don't even think they got out the car yet. All you heard was, started letting that shit go. Like, yo, like, so that's the type of shit that cops, might do. I'm not saying that happened a lot, but, just all it takes is one situation to happen like that. Now they on some other shit when they pull motherfuckers over now. So it's like one of them tricky things, but giving them free reign to just do what they want, I don't fuck with that part. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some of these nut ass cops that just don't deserve to be cops, bro.
The abject failures of the city's local leadership, the radical left city council adopted no cash bail. By the way, every place in the country where you have no cash bail is a disaster. That's what started the problem in New York, and they don't change it.
I'll explain it.
They don't want to change it. That's what started it in Chicago.
That no cash bail shit, too, because, and like I said, it's a detriment to people, too, that all they're doing is just racking up charges after charges after charges because they get out on a point system. So niggas that get locked up with a bundle of dope. Back in the day, nigga, you get caught with a bundle of dope, nigga, you might do 3 years off of that in some cases. You know what I'm saying? Depending on your jacket. But at the end of the day, motherfuckers was going straight to prison for that. Now they let motherfuckers out. I think even on gun charges, they let motherfuckers out, all types of shit. But instead of niggas being like, yo, damn, I got caught with the strap. Or, damn, y'all got caught with 2 bundles. Like, damn, I'm out. And when you fight your case from the street, you just get a better outcome sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because now you can go work, say for a lawyer, anything. So you can have a better outcome fighting your case from the street. But instead of motherfuckers being like, damn, yo, I'm out. Let me just try to fight this case. Hopefully I get probation or something. Man, I'm about to turn this shit around, man. Because, like, what? Gun charges, nigga, you doing time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just going to get worse, bro. It's going to get to a point, and I'm going to leave it at this. It's going to get to a point, bro, where they make laws that are so crazy that it's going to force motherfuckers to just go work and just like, you know what I mean? That's what it's honestly going to take, because if you look at countries like Dubai and all the safest countries, I guarantee their laws are to the point. Nigga, we taking your motherfucking arm off. Nigga, you kill somebody and it's not, because in some cases, if it's justified, motherfuckers get off. You feel me? Out here too, but a lot of cases, like in New Jersey, they got no self-defense law here. You know what I'm saying? And I heard it's because like here, everything is close. So in every city and neighborhood, you have police stations like literally at a minute, 2 minutes away. That's the reason why they don't have Don't quote me on that, but that's the reason why I believe that they don't have no self-defense law here. And it could be some other malicious shit too. But in other places, like down south and, some of these places where, the police take 30, 45 minutes to get there type of thing, then they got the right to bear arms and defend their properties and things like that. And like I said, in some cases, I've seen motherfuckers in New Jersey get that off too. When a motherfucker try to, come with a home invasion or something like that and they get their ass buzzed. But, so I'm just saying that no cash bail shit is hurting people. It's hurting you. You hurting yourself because you out here racking up all these damn charges and now your ass getting roofed. You know what I'm saying? They like, oh, you started out with 2 dope charges. Now you got 45. Like, what the fuck? Got caught with 45. And what they do is, how they get niggas, bro, is, for instance, if they indict a block, for instance, what they do is, bro, they'll watch you. They'll let you hustle everything. They know every person that's out there, your name, your mom, your dad, your uncle, where you stay at, where your baby mom stay. They know your whole life. Niggas be out here thinking they moving. They getting it. They running the bag up. You swear you eating. You is eating. You chewing. But they watching you the whole time. They do a whole 6-month investigation. Right? You was out there selling little 8 balls, little grams, and you know what I mean? And all they doing is, and they'll set you up. They'll have a fiend go cop off you. hella times. Nigga done cop $20, $50, 8 balls off you, all this light shit, nothing crazy, but they gonna add all that shit up together. He sold over 200 kilos of cocaine in a 6-month span. You like, oh my, I ain't never even owned a brick, nigga. What you talking about? Yo, you tripping? I ain't never sold that. Yeah, so we added it all up, you know. You made over $2 million. And nigga like, nigga, I only got about 30 in the stash. They got your
Chicago. I mean, bad politicians started it, bad leadership started it, but that was the one thing that's central: no cash bail. Somebody murders somebody and they're out on no cash bail.
Oh, they do?
Before the day is out.
I thought they did.
We're going to end that.
Learn something new every day.
Chicago. We're going to change the statute. I spoke with Pam and Todd and everybody. We're going to change the statute, and I'm going to have to get the Republicans to vote because the Democrats are weak on crime. Totally weak on crime. They don't know why. They want to stop because they get mugged too. But we're going to change no cash bail. We're going to change the statute and get rid of some of the other things. And we'll count on the Republicans in Congress and Senate to vote. We have the majority, so we'll vote. We don't have a big majority, but we've gotten everything, including the great, big, beautiful bill. Got that done, and that's one of the greatest things that's ever happened to people in this country. They're starting to figure it out, how good it is. Biggest tax cut in history. So many things. But we'll be able to get that done. So, Todd, if you and Pam can draw up things working with the people, we will. I'll get it passed. We'll get it passed with the Republicans. Probably won't get, think of this, probably won't get one Democrat vote because they have no idea what they're doing. That's why they want men playing in women's sports. That's why they want transgender for everybody transgender. And they just got
everybody's in
trade in a landslide, and they haven't changed one thing. I saw the other day the certain gentleman who was a very well-known politician, Democrat, was fighting like hell that men should be allowed to play in women's sport. They just don't get it.
Yeah,
they
said
it's
crazy.
An 80-20 issue, and I think it's a 97-3 issue, and I don't know who the three are. I've never heard anybody nobody's ever come up to me, sir, you have to let men play in women's sports. You have to do it, sir. Nobody's ever approached me. I don't know where this issue even comes from. Never seen anything like it. But they turned our nation's capital into a sanctuary jurisdiction.
Population control
we have to get rid
issues.
of sanctuary cities as quickly as possible. We're going to do it, too. We have to. Because it's sanctuary for criminals. Releasing illegal alien gang members onto the streets in 2022, nearly 70% of criminals arrested in Washington went unprosecuted. That's not going to happen with the group we have standing aside and standing behind me. And at the Metropolitan Police Department, it's now reached a small number relatively compared to what it was, but it's thousands of people. You know, we have thousands of police. I was told today, sir, they want more police. I heard a number, 3,500 police. That's a lot of police. 3,500. I thought they were going to say, we only have 30 policemen or women. He said, we have 3,500. We need more. You don't need more. That's so many. I never heard. That's like an army. How could you need more than 3,000? It just happened 2 minutes ago. Sir, they've requested more police. Oh, what do they have? About 3,500. I said, 3,500? This is not a big area. It's ridiculous. What you need is rules and regulations, and you need the right people to implement them. And we have the right people here, that I can tell you. Look at the border. Biden said there's nothing you can do. Kamala was the border czar. She never called one of the Border Patrol agents who are great. ICE is great. Never spoke to anybody. Never went there. But she was the border czar. And everybody said it was impossible to fix. I fixed it in 3 months. No, really. I fixed it the first week, but really fixed it over the last couple of months. And I mean, literally to a point where, as I said, 0 illegals entering our country in the last 90 days. Pretty amazing. It's time for dramatic action. We're going to do the same thing over here. It's going to be a very safe city very soon. We're not looking to take years because a lot of people die in years. And we've got incredible people in this country, except we have to allow them to do their job. And that we will deliver like nobody's ever delivered before. I actually think it's easy. You know, if you're competent, it's easy. If you're incompetent, it's impossible. But I'm very competent. Last week, my administration surged 500 federal agents into the district, including from the FBI, ATF, DEA, Park Police, the U.S. Marshal Service, the Secret Service, and the Department of Homeland Security. You know, a lot of nations, they don't have anything like that. They got some police, and they're rough police. They don't have DEA, ATF, FBI, Park Police, the U.S. Marshal Service, Secret Service, Department of Homeland Security.
God damn.
They got some police, but they're rough police, and they do their job. They don't have crime. We're not going to have crime either. They made dozens of arrests, and that's what starts to happen.
Yeah, I wanted to say too, the reason why I know that they're going to end up making crazy laws, right, is because that's the only way to stop crime or to stop all of these different things that are going on. Because crime is going to keep going on regardless. People are going to find ways. When they had the Prohibition era, people still find ways to motherfucking smuggle in liquor and moonshine and all of these different things. It's going to always go on. The only way to really do anything is to make the penalties for these different crimes harder and more harsh. It's fucked up, but that's just what it comes to. It's just what it is, bro. Like, understand something, bro. People are always going to be a group of people, all demographics, it doesn't matter, that's going to fuck up anything. It's just what it is. When you down prison, motherfuckers get, you know, at one point down prison, I heard, I wasn't down there when this was going on, but you can get hot pots, big radios, you know, all different things that was, you know, made your life more, you know, better when you was in prison. Even though prison isn't supposed to be a good thing. It's supposed to be harsh. You're supposed to be, you know, not supposed to want to go back. But honestly, yo, prison is chill, bro. I'm just going to keep it real. Like, you get a tablet down there, your fan, your TV, you know what I mean, some commissary, you chilling. Like, I'm going to just be honest, bro. It's just a spot that you're away from your family and you ain't got no choice. That's just it. They just take your choice away. But, nigga, you can live good in jail, bro. It's just what it is. It's not that harsh. And that's why motherfuckers out here commit crimes. That's why we committed crimes. Because you just know, once you've been in jail, once you've been in county jail, when you like, all right, I'd have been punched in the eye a few times. I could take that. You know what I'm saying? Like, jail and prison, it just becomes like, you know what I mean? Like, as long as you was tough enough to not get your butt took, you know what I'm saying? Now, I've never seen nothing like that, but I've heard situations. I've been in jail when situations like that allegedly occurred, but I personally never seen it on any unit that I was on in jail and down prison. I've never seen it. But, I mean, I heard it happen. So, you know, long as you tough enough to not have that, you know, I never dealt with that shit, you know, nothing like it. Nowhere's near it. Never been extorted, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But things like that happen down there. So if you can't take if you can't take a punch to the face, right? If you can't get, you know, take a few punches, and if you are a person that will let niggas take your shit, stop doing crimes. Just stop it. You know what I mean? Just stop. Because they're going to take advantage of you, bro. You down there with a you know what I mean? You a sheep in a lion's den. Like, motherfuckers is they're going to take advantage of you, dog. So if that's you, just, you know, that's why I love Wallow. Because Wallow keeps it real. He let you know. Bro, I was scared down there. I was too. When I first went to jail and all that shit, I was petrified to the motherfucker. Because you see the movies, you hear niggas talk about it, and then you go down there and you like, me personally, when I went down there, I don't know if it's my personality, my character, but I fit right in and I was cool. I was chill. I never really had no situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, minimal situations, because I just stayed out the way and I was just a cool nigga. I played ball. I was chilling. I was good. You know what I mean? And but you know, at the end of the day, though, man, the jail, that's the only way that they're going to stop crime. Because once them police, the feds, ATF, all of them, once they leave, like let's just say this 30 days. Day 31, niggas is gonna be right back outside doing the same shit. And it's just, you know, it's just what it is, bro. It's just, you know, like niggas always fuck up shit, bro. It's just what it is, bro. You know what I mean? I can't even get coffee at my job right now. Because niggas was stealing the coffee, dog. You know what I mean? So now I gotta buy my coffee, man. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
Again, cashless bail. Watch what we do with that. Today we're formally declaring a public safety emergency. This is an emergency. This is a tragic emergency. And it's embarrassing for me to be up here. You know, I'm going to see Putin. I'm going to Russia on Friday. I don't like being up here talking about how unsafe and how dirty and
going to Russia.
This once beautiful capital was, with graffiti all over the walls. It's another part of it, by the way, because we're talking about safety, but we're also talking about beautification. We have the most beautiful, potentially, capital in the world. We always had. But people come from Iowa, they come from Indiana, they come and then they get mugged. Not going to happen. Keep coming, because by the time you get your trip set, it's going to be safe again, and it's going to be clean very quickly. We're going to replace the medians that are falling down all over the roads. We're going to replace the potholes. We're going to put a nice new coat of asphalt over the top.
Man, come get these
We
potholes
don't have to rip the road
Camden.
out and spend 7 years building a new road because they cut everything. Because some designer said, well, we need a 1/4 inch more turn for safety reasons. No, we're going to do it right. We're going to get it done quickly. So today we're declaring public safety emergency in the District of Columbia, and Attorney General Pam Bondi, who's fantastic, is taking command of the Metropolitan Police Department as of this moment. And I'll be making the appropriate notifications to Congress and to the mayor, our new DEA administrator, who's one of the top in the country. He better be Terry. If you're not, I'm going to get rid of you so fast. Terry Cole. Terry, thanks. Very good. We just got him, most highly recommended person. And you'll be designated as the interim federal commissioner of the Metropolitan Police Department. Okay? And you run them tough. They're good. You have a lot of good people. You have people that shouldn't be there. You also have people that shouldn't be there.
That's why I respect this nigga. He just be keeping it real. He like, yo, it's some people that shouldn't be there. I fuck with that.
They got in there because of woke.
He just keeping it real.
You have a lot of great police, and those people are the ones that want to help you. This city will no longer be a sanctuary for illegal alien criminals. We will have full, seamless, integrated cooperation at all levels of law enforcement, and we'll deploy officers across the district with an overwhelming presence. You'll have more police, and you'll be so happy because you'll be safe. When you walk down the street, you're going to see police, or you're going to see FBI agents. We're going to have a lot of agents on the streets. You're going to have a lot of essentially military, and we will bring in the military if it's needed, by the way. We're going to have National Guard. But Pete Hegseth will tell you about it. We will bring in the military if needed. People say, oh, that's so terrible. He's going to bring in, it's been used many times over the years. I don't think we'll need it. I think we've got so many great people, including the people that are in the police department with proper leadership. They'll immediately begin massive enforcement operations targeting known gangs, drug dealers, and criminal networks to get them the hell off the street, maybe get them out of the country, because a lot of them came into our country illegally. They shouldn't have been allowed in. They come from Venezuela. They come from all over the world. We're going to get them the hell out. They won't be here long. But some of these people, a lot of them, are homegrown criminals. And these are bad people. These are rough people. And this is just a list of some of the people that were given to me today that were criminals removed from the D.C. streets this weekend. They were rough and tough. But we're rougher and tougher. Look at these people here. Nothing, you know. They're not going to be your local school teacher. Look at this guy. He has killed people numerous times. They're not going to be an asset. They will never be an asset to society. I don't care. I know we all want to say, oh, they're going to be rehabbed. It's not going to be rehabbed. I'm going to ask Doug Burgum to come up and say a couple of words because he's in charge, as you know. He's Interior, but he's in charge of the U.S. Park Police. And I've heard so many great things about the Park Police. They're proud of it. They've been there for a long time. Their families oftentimes grow into the roles. They love the country. They love this area. So, Doug, could you say a few words, please?
Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of the U.S. Park Police, this is the oldest federal police force in the nation. They were formed in 1791 by none other than President George Washington. They've got the awesome responsibility of protecting our nation's most sacred monuments. The National Mall, Washington Monument, Jefferson Memorial.
Hey, yo, why this nigga got dimples on his chin? He out of control, man. Like, this nigga got the motherfucking, the Johnny Bravo chin, the Crimson chin. He got the chin of all chins, the one-of-a-kind chin. Anyway, I wanted to say real quick that the only way that Donald Trump is going to, like I said, you got to make shit harsher. And I'm going to be honest, bro. Niggas ain't scared to go to jail, bro. Niggas ain't scared to go to prison. Because that shit, you chilling. You chilling. Jail, I thought jail was going to be like, you know, like the movies. Like you see motherfucking, you know, Malcolm X and you see like motherfuckers in a cell. Like I've been in jail cells like that in down Craft, but they're really not like that no more. But, you know, it's not like that. Motherfuckers, yo, you know, yeah, you sleeping on a metal, you know, a cheap ass little mat in the metal bunks and stuff, and you got the little metal toilet, and you got to be in the room with a nigga, and y'all, you know, you got to smell his shit every time he's shitting. You know, it's not, I'm not saying like it's super pleasant. I'm just saying that jail isn't this scary place. You know what I mean? You got big screen TVs in the day room. You got your little TV, your little personal little 14-inch, 12, 14, I forget how big it is, but in your room, you know what I'm saying, on your bunk, you got your commissary. You know what I mean? Yeah, it ain't the best food, but you got food outside of the trash that they give you. They do give you trash, for sure, you know. And I'm just saying that it's comfortable down there for niggas, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, do niggas miss their families and things like that? Yeah. But outside of that, like, niggas is chilling in jail, bro. Niggas is out. Niggas is chilling. Niggas in there getting high. Niggas, all types of shit. I'm just saying. You know, now, if they took away commissary, and I'm not saying they should, you know, because I had the benefit of having all them things. I mean, fuck it, you know. It is what it is. But I'm just saying, if they took away commissary, TVs, all of these different things, niggas wouldn't go to jail. Hell no, niggas would be like, hell no, nigga, I'm going to work at CVS, nigga.
Memorial, Lincoln Memorial.
What you talking about?
Statue of Liberty, and out west, the Presidio and the Golden Gate
niggas will work
area.
Anywhere then.
These folks have tens of millions of visitors a year, the kind of people that President Trump's talking about that come from around the country and around the world to see our sacred and learn about our history and our sacred monuments. They've been doing a fantastic job, but they are so pleased, the rank and file, that President Trump is now allowing them to enforce the law. As those of you that live in the city may know, that the circles and the triangle parks that are spread throughout D.C. are actually federal park property. So the U.S. Park Police also have responsibility for that. These became littered with homeless camps under the Biden administration. All of you saw that. Since President Trump's executive order on March 27th, making D.C. safe and beautiful again, the U.S. Park Police have removed over 70 homeless camps. And President Trump also talked about beautification.
70.
They're stopping and enforcing the laws against graffiti on our monuments. They've removed over 80 specific attacks against our history with graffiti on our monuments. So they continue to do a great job, whether it's in their vehicles, on foot.
Hold on, bro. This nigga said they had 70 homeless camps. God damn. That's a lot, bro. You gotta think, them little, they had a joint out here in the city. They called it like Tent City or some shit somewhere. I forget where it was at. But 70? Shit. That's a lot of homeless people, bro. But, God damn, man. That's crazy, man. But, you know, at the end of the day, he said he gonna offer him rehab. and to get, cause it's a couple out where I'm at, right? Every time I go to Wawa, they be out there begging and shit. And like at the end of the day, like, look, man, you got to get it how you live. But at the same time, I be kind of pissed because I'm like, yo, like I've been fucked up before, bro. Like I'm not gonna be out here, you know. And it's not really because it's a couple. It's a girl. It's a man and a woman. But bro, I work hard for my bread, bro. Like, I'm not about to keep giving y'all money every time I see y'all. Like, y'all out here every day, nigga. It's like y'all 9 to 5. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and y'all out here begging and shit. Like, it's more so the man that I'm really, like, I feel a way about. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, like, yo, bro. Like, I could get you an application for my job, my nigga. That's about it. Because I gave you money, like, twice. I'm not giving you money, nigga. I got kids, nigga. I got bills to pay, nigga. I do all this shit myself, and I'm cool with that because that's what we supposed to do as men. But at the same time, like, you know, I'm not shitting on the nigga. Like, I've been on Percocets. I've been on drugs. I know, you know, I can relate, you know, to a degree. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not trying to shit on the nigga. I'm just saying, like, dog, I got my own problems and my own shit. I'm not about to keep giving y'all money. Y'all bugging. You know what I'm saying? They ain't ignorant or nothing. They ain't rude or nothing. But, you know, I just ain't with that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Go to rehab, clean up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Go get a little JOB real quick, stack that bread, and y'all ain't got to worry about none of that shit. Because that drug shit, man, that shit sold the fuck.
On the mounted police that you see around the National Mall.
They want us
and
like
President
that.
Trump, they thank you. The rank and file is so
Understand something, bro. They want you to be a zombie, bro. They don't want you to make it. You know what I'm saying? That's what taxes was put in place for, is to keep everybody here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, don't get it fucked up, bro. Just because I be talking about this shit and be like, you know, saying that Donald Trump is doing some good things for America, it's because at the end of the day, we're not, unless everybody comes together, which what I don't see in my lifetime ever happening. The government is going to be there. They're going to keep enforcing laws and doing certain things, whether we like it or not. So, you know, you just got to get up out of it how you got to get up out of it. And that's my whole thing, is to create financial freedom for myself. But at the same time, like, they want you to be zombies, bro. They want you to sit around playing a game all day. They want you to keep, like, you know, focus on, you know, the movies, the shows, the football, the this, the that, the this and that. And it's all designed to keep you distracted. It's all designed to keep you, you know, down here, living check to check, and, you know, just depressed and all. They want you that way, bro. Don't get it fucked up. But I fuck with Donald Trump because he want niggas to prosper. He want niggas to, he trying to get rid of taxes. He trying to do certain things to, you know, make sure motherfuckers can buy a home and take care of their families and shit like that. You know what I mean? And that's what I see. You know what I mean? You know, we'll see. He got 4 years, and then what's going to happen when he leave? What if a Democrat get back in there? What if you get a president that is a piece of shit and, you know, they start doing some of that shit? Like, I don't fuck with the government shit. Don't get it fucked up. Nigga, every time I look at my check, nigga, I get mad, nigga. I get mad as hell. Like, damn, yo, I want that. Nigga, they be taking like $400-500 from you every check, bro. I be mad as hell. I be really mad. Like, I really be wanting to, like, do something. No, I just wanted to say that. Like, I don't think that I'm advocating for government at all. Because I'm not.
Law again. Thank you for your leadership. And they're excited about the announcement you're making today.
Thank you. Very good. Great job you're doing. Thank you very much. Pete, could you say something about the military, if you would?
Well, Mr. President, it's an honor to be here. And at your direction this morning, we've mobilized the D.C. National Guard. It'll be operationalized by the Secretary of the Army, Dan Driscoll, through the D.C. Guard. You will see them flowing into the streets of Washington in the coming week. At your direction as well, sir, there are other units we are prepared to bring in. Other National Guard units, other specialized units. They will be strong, they will be tough, and they will stand with their law enforcement partners. This is nothing new for DOD. As the President noted, at the border, we've got 10,000 troops down there who've been operating in defense cooperation areas, defense zones, where there's zero illegal crossings because of troops on strikers scanning the border. We've been protecting other people's borders for 20 years. It's about time we protect our own. And we're working with ICE and CBP. In Los Angeles, we did the same thing, working with the California National Guard, working with ICE officers. ICE officers deserve to do their job and not be attacked. We will work alongside all DC police and federal law enforcement to ensure this city is safe, this city is beautiful. And as I always say about President Trump to the troops, he has their back. And my message to the National Guard and federal law enforcement in Washington is, we have your back as well. Be tough, be strong, we're right behind you. Thank you, Mr. President.
I'm going to ask Pam, because she's now, as you heard me say, she's really in charge of a lot of what we're talking about. She's done an incredible job. People are going to start to see the fruits of her labor. And Pam, maybe you could say a few words about what we're talking about here.
Sure, President. Let me be crystal clear. Crime in D.C. is ending and ending today. We are going to use every power we have to fight criminals here. President, thank you for caring about our capital. Families come here every summer. Our museums are free. We have the National Zoo. We have the National Gallery. D.C. should be a place where everyone can come and feel safe. Behind me and to my side, we have some of the best career law enforcement and prosecutors in the country who are ready to take this on. As the president said, Terry Cole is going to be supervising the Metro Police Department. Gaddy Serralta, our U.S. Marshal, is going to be supervising command and control, the entire operation. Our Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, and I will be working with them closely, along with our great FBI Director, Kash Patel. Kash is going to talk to you in a minute about what we did in Virginia recently with Governor Youngkin. Many of you covered that, and it was tremendously successful. Not only that, our secret weapon here in D.C. is U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro, one of the toughest prosecutors and a former judge. And she is going to be talking about juvenile crime, how it's out of control here, and what she's going to do to fight back.
She be keeping it real.
No more crime rampant in our beautiful capital. No more teenage girls beating a disabled man to death. No more of that. No more drive-bys. We're going to do everything we can. And working with the ATF Director Driscoll and Commander of the Army, we're going to all work together. That's what we all do in this room. We work together. We fight. Do not underestimate one person in this room. We're going to make D.C. beautiful. We're going to make D.C. safe again. One other thing, just at the wharf a few days ago, the area of the wharf, Terry Cole reached out to me, not even nightfall, on the weekend, where so many families and tourists go. A guy's overdosing from fentanyl on a park bench in the middle of families around. They administered Narcan and saved his life. No more of that. The President of the United States is going to clean up D.C., and we're going to be there to help him, and we're going to be successful. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Cash, talk about
Yeah, that fentanyl shit is out of control,
Virginia,
bro.
We had a big success.
That shit is taking.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Attorney General Bondi, for your leadership, Deputy Attorney General, and the rest of our interagency partners. Mr. President, the following is what happens when you let good cops be cops, and I just want to highlight that before I get into Northern Virginia. This year alone, under President Trump's administration, we've had over 4,000 child victims identified and found. That's a 33% increase from the same time period last year. 33% increase. We've had a seizure of 1,500 kilograms of fentanyl up to this date. That is a 25% increase since the same time period last year. And just to put it in perspective, 1,500 kilograms of fentanyl is enough to kill 115 million Americans. Damn. 115 million Americans. Cops are getting after it. The FBI has arrested 19,000 people this year alone. Thanks to President Trump's administration,
that fentanyl shit.
That's double than.
Hey, yo, that fentanyl shit is no joke. And that K2 shit, too. I don't know. I haven't even really been in the city like that, so I'm not really in tune with what motherfuckers are still doing. But I remember when in the jails, that K2 shit is around, right? And in the halfway houses, too. That shit ain't no joke, bro. First of all, on that K2 shit, on the packaging, it says not for human consumption. And motherfuckers still do it. Now, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I've done it. I've smoked K2 before in jail. One time. Took 2 pulls, was high as shit. Not to the point where I've seen niggas, but I said, nah, I'm good, bro. It's not even that deep. Anything that gets you that high off of two pulls, bro, Get the fuck out of here. I'm good. Never smoked it again. Never will. I'm not even with getting high no more anyway. That shit is whack. And it does nothing to benefit us at all. There has no benefit in it at all, you know. And but I wanted to say that because that shit, yo, I seen motherfuckers used to panhandle and shit to get $10 bag of dope, right? I've seen niggas in downtown Camden, they down there trying to go half on a stick, a K2, and the stick costs $1. That's how down bad motherfuckers was off that K2 shit. That K2 shit is nothing to play with. That shit is addictive. I've seen niggas in jail. Every time they get commissary, it's gone. Like, it's gone. It's just like the streets, bro. Like, every time a nigga get paid, shit is gone. Like, you know what I mean? And motherfuckers, and I'm talking about they smoke that shit back to back to back to back. That shit is like a cartoon in the halfway house when I was in the halfway house, bro. Shit was like a cartoon. Niggas getting wheeled out like cartoons. Like, literally. That shit turns you retarded. I don't want to smoke or get high off of anything. Even when I was doing perks, I never did it to the point where I was like leaning in the street and all of that. I didn't even like that. I still want to have my faculties, bro. That's why I smoked weed when I was younger, but I don't like smoking weed because every time I smoke weed, I just start thinking too deep. I get a little paranoid. If I get too high, I start getting sweaty and shit. I start sweating. And I'm like, I just don't want, I like being chill. I still like being able to talk my shit, whatever, just being regular. Like, I don't want to be all high the fuck up in the park, fucking head hitting my shoes and shit because I'm all lean. And them leans be real. I don't know how they be standing up. I'm gonna be honest with you. And some of them motherfuckers leans be real. Them shits be like, what the fuck? This nigga literally, like, been standing here for 30 minutes, like, bent over, like.
Where we were this time last year.
That drug shit is
we have also
crazy,
arrested
man.
1,600 people who have
no
committed
joke.
violent acts against children. Children.
We're going to finish up this video.
270 of them are human traffickers of children. Mr. President, this is what happens when you have great leadership at the Attorney General with Pam Bondi. Your administration's priority of protecting the homeland and protecting American citizens and protecting our children, and the murder rates are plummeting. We are now able to report that the murder rate is on track to be the lowest in U.S. history, in modern recorded U.S. history, thanks to this team behind me and President Trump's priorities. And how do we do it? And what are we going to bring to D.C.? What we did in Northern Virginia, thanks to Terry Cole and Governor Youngkin and the team, we stood up a task force out in my Northern Virginia field office, and we said, let's let good cops be cops. Let's get them the intelligence and what they need, and let's get the red tape out of their way, and let's get DOJ partnered up with us to bring great prosecutions. And that's exactly what we did. In 1 month, we arrested 545 violent felons. 545 in the state of Virginia, thanks to Governor Youngkin's partnership. And
That's
that
a lot of people, man.
simplicity in law enforcement is what's coming to Washington, D.C. When you let good cops be cops, when you give them the intel they need, when you work with our Homeland Security Task Force, when you work with Terry and Gaddy and I go way back to Miami. These guys are great leaders of the respective departments and law enforcement capacities. And when you have the DOJ and President Trump driving behind this mission, we are going to clean up Washington, D.C., and we're going to do it the right way, the lawful way, and we're going to make sure Washington, D.C. is safe again. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Attorney General.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Cash.
I think it's,
So,
let's see.
the process begins right now. It actually
Still a lot of
started
video.
over the weekend, and we confronted.
So we got the gist of the video. We got the gist of the video. If y'all want to watch the rest of that, y'all can go to the White House page or just type in Trump press conference today, and you go watch the rest of that. But pretty much got the gist of it. He just saying, like, look, we tightening up on everything, on the border, on crime, all this shit. Listen, I would never advocate for niggas going to jail. I used to be in prison, and I used to be looking around. I'm like, damn, all of these people in here, 90% of them is black, Latino, people of color. And I always think about numbers. And I'm like, damn, out of all of these motherfuckers, it's like it's so many people in prison, bro, and it's a lot of prisons just in New Jersey. So you gotta think about how many prisons there is across the whole nation. We talking about thousands of prisons, bro, filled with none but majority of brown people, bro. And I look at that and I be like, damn. I used to be in prison, and I used to be like, damn, out of all of these people right now in the yard, I would probably say 80%, 90% of them got kids. You know what I'm saying? And out of all of them, I would say, out of the 80, I would say probably 98% of them, out of the 80%, is a burden on their family in some way, shape, or form. You know, when they baby mom, you know, whether it's putting money on the books, the commissary, this or that, you being a burden on your family, right? And I'm just saying, I would never advocate for niggas to go to jail, but I do advocate for us tightening up as a people, bro, because it's crazy. It's out of hand, bro. It's out of hand. How many people die yearly that are black is insane. One is too many. One is too many. So having, you know, just in one city alone, having hundreds of people dying every single year, you know, in all of these cities around the whole country, it's like, just think about that, bro. We talking about probably tens of thousands, if not more, people just dying. That's just dying off of just getting murdered. That's not including, you know, fentanyl and motherfuckers overdosing and all of that. Like, all of these lives gone. And I think it's obviously a bigger agenda for that to happen, because they be wanting this shit to happen, bro. You got some people, you listen, I believe Donald Trump is a genuine president, but there are politicians and previous presidents who don't give a shit about crime. They don't care. That's why they made the no cash bail, so motherfuckers can get out and commit more crimes. You know what I'm saying? So then they can lock your ass under the jail. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not advocating for niggas to go to jail, but I'm also not going to advocate for niggas to, you know, keep killing their community and all of these just different things, man. You know, it's time for motherfuckers to tighten up, and it's time for, you know, motherfuckers to get shit together, man, for real. But I want to play this, I'm going to play this video, then we're going to talk about this new, Eagle situation. Hold on real quick. I forgot something. My bad. Let me see. All right. Let me see. All right.
I'm sick of all these lies, you keep saying the same thing. Keep my thoughts to myself, I don't want no hoe. I just want everybody to stay away. I got down on one knee, that's a married game. But I know it come with that.
Hold on.
Pain. Speaking to myself, I've been going.
Hold on. Gotta run it back. Gotta run it back, yo. Shout out to my son, man. Don't own the rights to this music.
I'm sick of all these lies, you keep saying the same thing. Keep my thoughts to myself, I don't want no hoe. I just want everybody to stay away. I got down on one knee, that's a married game. But I know it come with that real pain. Speaking to myself, I've been going insane. I know I'ma make it hoe, you feel the same. Brand new cuz, I've been feeling myself. I'm a whole different person, I don't know if you can tell. By the love, but my feelings, put my heart on the shelf. I've been fighting my ideas, but I need you right now. Hold up, I did my phone ring, it was calling. I want you in my car, I've been ballin'. I want you on my phone, start stalling. You was picking me up when you see me falling. Medusa, I'm stuck when she look at me. Laid up, kiss stains all on my white tee. Got me in the trance, feel like I'm in a dream. Know the girls on my phone, gotta charge them a fee. I've been changing my style, trying to get more deep. Two sides of every story, you don't know the real me. Came up from my bottom, now I came on my feet. Red eyes, moving slow, I ain't getting no sleep. Tryna get right with God, I ain't worried about design. Everybody been changing, you keep getting fine. I got real love for you, ho, you see my persona. Life too short to play, I don't live on the timer. Don't worry about you, I ain't feel for the drama. Keep adding those zeros, I need some more commas. I'm grinding so hard, trying to get to my dollars. Trying to get a platform, I just like my father. I'm sick of all these lies, you keep saying the same thing. Keep my thoughts to myself, I don't want no hope. I just want everybody to stay away. I got down on one knee, that's a made game. But I know it come with that real pain. Speaking to myself, I've been going insane. I know I'ma make it, how you feel the same. Brand new clothes, I've been feeling myself. I'm a whole different person, I don't know if you can tell. By the love, I'm feeling.
Damn. Yo, shout out to my son, man. That was his song, but I wanted to play them highlights for my guy, Jon Metchie. You know what I'm saying? Jon Metchie III. Because he coming to the Eagles, man. But I just wanted to say, though, that was one of my son's songs that he did on a beat that we don't own. But we got some music coming real soon. My son is dope as hell. He got some hits on the low. Like, shit gonna be crazy. I'm trying to tell you. We got some shit that we working on, but we're gonna do it right. You know what I'm saying? But this guy, Jon Metchie, bro, oh man. It's a good piece. It's a great piece that the Eagles added. You know, just think about that. Now you got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jahad Dotson, Dallas Goedert, and now you adding Jon Metchie in the mix, and that's not even including the young boy Cooper that we keeping. Like Saquon in the back, A.J. Dillon backing him up. With Will Shipley, jeez. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Just know that you gotta come through the Philadelphia Eagles in order to get back that title, man. You know how he just keep doing it. I don't know how he did it. Listen, he gave up a 5th round pick in Harrison Bryant. I like the Harrison Bryant, but I'm cool with that. When you talk player to player, Jon Metchie is better. As I'm talking about better because they two different positions, but at the same time, they still receivers. You know, I'd rather have Jon Metchie because we still got Dallas Goedert. We still got, I believe they're going to move Johnny Wilson to tight end. So he a big body at tight end. He's going to be great. So it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Howie does it again. Gave up Harrison Bryant and a 5th round pick, and we got Jon Metchie and a 6th round pick. So we ain't even lose out on a pick, to be honest with you. Whether you get a motherfucker in the 5th or the 6th, you know what I mean? And sometimes you catch them steals in the 5th and 6th round, like Shedeur Sanders. You feel me? Like Tom Brady. You feel me? Like, so, you know, it was a great addition to the Eagles, man. Look, season coming real soon. We gonna have content every week talking about the Philadelphia Eagles because we going for that back-to-back, man. You know, we ruined Patrick Mahomes' three-peat little scheme that he had going on. We fucked it up. And we fucked it up bad. You know what I mean? We exposed who's better. Now, I fuck with Patrick Mahomes. I fuck with Andy Reid. I just fuck with my guy Jalen Hurts a little more. You know? Jalen Hurts is the real deal, man. The real deal. And y'all gonna see this season when we go back. What I think we gonna do. Let me see. I'm predicting we're gonna win at least 14 games. I'm gonna say 14. That's a good. That sound about right, right? Keep it a bean. That sound about right. I can't wait though, bro. You know, September 7th, Eagles versus Cowgirls, you know? Now, look, the Cowboys, I'm not going to lie. Yo, our whole division looking kind of crazy right now. You know, back in the day, I felt as though we always had the best division as far as, like, every team was, like, good teams. Like, we getting back to that. You know what I mean? It's definitely going to be tough. Like, Dallas is looking decent. I don't know what they're doing with Micah Parsons, but, you know, I ain't worrying about it because I know we ain't going to get him because he going to want a lot of money. And I don't know. Who knows, though, because we got a lot of picks. We can afford it. Don't get it fucked up. Motherfuckers would be hot if Micah Parsons went to the Philadelphia Eagles. Niggas would be sick. How we could pull it off? Make a fucking around and get Micah Parsons for a donut and a bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how nice he is. But it's going to be a good season, bro. It's a lot of teams that step their shit up, got some good players. But I believe, you know, I just wish we would have went and got Asante Samuel I just want to go get a solid. I'm talking about like a Jalen Ramsey. If Jalen Ramsey would have came to the Philadelphia Eagles, oh my God. Like, but if we can at least get a Asante Samuels or a Stephon Gilmore, like we need just that solid shutdown cornerback. Like, that's what we really need on defense. Like, if we get that, bro, like, and honestly, me personally, I would move Cooper DeJean to safety. Like, I think he would make a great safety. And we got the young boy, Makumba. He's going to be good. But, like, I don't know, man. Bennett, Sidney, bro, he can't stay healthy. That's the only thing I don't like about him. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, man, we got a pretty solid defense. You know, we had the #1 defense last year. Hopefully we can keep that up this year. If we can listen, bro, we can hold. Because listen, Jalen Hurts is going to put up the points. We getting 21 plus points a game, guaranteed, all season. Like, that's guaranteed, bro. Like, I'm not worrying about Jalen Hurts putting up points and scoring himself. I'm not worrying about that. It's the defense that, you know, because we got rid of some pieces, but, you know, Brandon Graham retired. You know, he was a good piece in the locker room. But who knows? He still might stick around as far as being in the locker room, motivating guys. So, you know, we're going to have a good season, man. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles for making that, you know, that trade right before this first game, which was a good one. But yeah, man, that's it, man. I hope y'all fuck with the video, man. If y'all do, please hit that like button for me. Please hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Share, comment, all of that great shit. And tap in with me. I'll be live tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out the best times to go live. I feel like later in the day is better, but, you know, we're going to see. But, you know, I do it when I can. But, yeah, man, it's your boy SL550. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. It's the N.G.L.A. podcast, man. Until next time, I'm out.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
a poor man prayers.
Every man bleeds,
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again.